from your Chapter 17 folder, open the file Chapter 1701 Creating Details. While I don't want to actually teach you how to do any drafting, because after all, that's not really what Revit is all about, I do want to show you how to embellish your design, to add to the story that you're trying to sell someone. Because after all, we're not going to model absolutely every single nut and bolt in the entire model. It's just not practical. So, there are several ways of adding details to the model, and I want to cover off those methods in this video, and then in the rest of the chapter, we'll look at how we can embellish those particular details. In this file, make sure you have section 8 open, and then click on the View tab. In this section, we're going to create several callouts. The callouts are available from the Create panel. We can see them here. We've got two options to create a callout, a rectangle and a sketch. The sketch is a new method to Revit 2014, which allows you to create non-rectangular viewports, for which we've already seen a brief overview of in an earlier video in the What's New in 2014 section of the DVD. So let's go ahead and create a rectangle. Just take a quick look at the options bar for a second. Notice that we can click on a checkbox to reference another view. We're not going to do that just yet. Here we're just going to create a rectangle in and around Level 2 Plenum and Grid 5.1 to enclose the pipe in the corridor. We don't need to be too accurate about this because we can come back and change the size of this at any stage. We can select the rectangle and drag the reference head around to suit the drawing. Just like all blue links, we can double click on this head and it will open the view. Notice how we've now got a view called Callout of Section 8. And it shows us the elements that were in Section 8, but at a different scale. In here we can change the level of detail, change the scale, and change the crop region of the viewport. All without affecting the model. We can also select the pipe in this view. Notice that the pipe tells us the diameter and its offset from the working level. So any of the model information in this view is updated as your design progresses. From the project browser, double-click back on Section 8. Now we're going to create another callout. This time we'll use the sketch. But before we go ahead and create the sketch, let's check on that reference another view. Here we can decide whether we're going to create a new drafting view, use an existing view, or reference another callout. This means if you have similar details throughout the project, rather than drawing them twice, you can in fact reference an existing detail, or in this case the drafting view, Vent through Roof. Here we'll create a sketch. The shape of the sketch isn't that important, apart from the fact that the sketch, as most sketches within Revit, needs to be closed. If we leave the sketch open and try to click on Finish, Revit gives us the warning message. So we need to click on Continue and close the actual sketch itself, then click on Finish. Now we have a non-rectangular viewport. It's probably not going to match the detail that we've referred to, but I just wanted to show you the process. As in the previous detail, we can select the outline of the callout and drag the head to a suitable position. Notice that we have a similar identifier on the callout head, and if we double click on the callout head, we're taken to our detail, which is a drafting view of the vent through roof. This detail bears no relevance whatsoever to the rest of the model. It won't update with any model changes, but can be used to show required construction methods for specific details.